Okay, so in today's video, I am going to be talking about Rob Dillingham and how he's able to score at the NBA level. We all knew he was a scorer, but could he score at the NBA level, and will he ever get playing time? He finally is getting playing time, so let's get down and let's check out Rob Dillingham and his amazing skills, because you could play just like him. Really quickly, if you want to be able to jump higher, make sure to go check out the vertical jump training program that is down in the description below. Okay, so starting this play, it's actually something that is very important for younger players, and of course, Rob Dillingham has this down. One thing about Rob Dillingham is we all thought, or at least everyone thought, he needed to have the ball in his hands to be able to create for his team. Here, we see Anthony Edwards getting trapped. They swing the ball quick back to the point anytime. If you are this player and you get that ball swung to you from one wing, guess what? You need to swing that ball as fast as you can to the opposite wing, because now you've crossed the imaginary line that's down the court, and because the defense is all situated, or at least paying attention to this side of the court, there's usually nobody over here, which means that Rob Dillingham is wide open. He also moved from the wing down to the corner, which allows him to get even more wide open. The Timberwolves were then able to swing the ball to him. He even had the opportunity to drive and pass to Gobert, but let's face it, this is a much higher percentage shot than whatever Gobert would be shooting from down there. So Rob Dillingham was able to pull that up and, of course, score. He's a knockdown shooter. He can shoot the lights out. Another thing when it comes to Rob Dillingham is his ability to beat pretty much anybody off the dribble. Here we see Anthony Edwards clearing out of the high post. We have Gobert in the low post. We have a corner and another corner player. This guy is playing the passing lane. He could be fronting Gobert, and this guy could be playing the middle of the key, but that's not what's happening. Rob Dillingham is able to get past what looks to be Jordan Clarkson, mainly because his shoulders are lower than Jordan Clarkson, and of course, Rob Dillingham has a very fast first step. So he's able to get past him right here. He picks up his dribble right here, right before that gap defender is able to swipe in on that ball. See, when you attack the rim, no matter if you're playing against a zone or a man, it doesn't necessarily matter. You want to keep your dribbles to either 1 or 2. Anything more than that, a gap defender who is going to be reaching in is most likely going to be tipping or stealing the ball from you. Rob Dillingham is then able to get that ball up nice and high, and he's able to float it over top of that defender, being able to beat your man off the dribble, playing against what looks to be a matchup zone, getting that ball into the paint. If he didn't have the opportunity to score, he could have still kicked it out to multiple players, but instead he was able to score because, of course, he's a really good player. Okay, so next what looks to be a simple horns play. Edwards should be down in this corner, but no play is ever perfect. But one thing that you got to be able to do as a point guard is know how to use screens. Right here, Rob Dillingham uses this screen, and watch how he's able to really hesitate for that second. He really tries to draw multiple defenders to him. By being able to draw multiple defenders, this is extremely important, because this quick hesitation, if only he attacked just maybe a little bit harder, but at the same time still going and hesitating right there. Notice how he now has that passing lane to that guy who's rolling. He didn't get that ball to him, which is fine because these two guys were collapsing. He would have had to kick the ball out to somebody, so you might as well just skip that middle process and kick it to the guy who most likely this guy would have probably kicked the ball to anyways. So smart decision on Rob Dillingham's part right here so far. His teammate drives to the basket and he's able to score off, or have a difficulty scoring, but at least he was able to score off of Rob Dillingham's assist. That's the other thing. If you don't get assists, you're going to score less because, of course, the other team is going to know that you are a ball hog. This is one of the reasons why I actually think that my nephew David plays kind of like Rob Dillingham, is what we see right here. And this is something that I teach every single player that I coach. If you can get that ball into the key as early as possible in transition, it is going to open up a lot of opportunities. If these guys can get down court faster, because in reality they don't have a basketball, Rob Dillingham does, which means that he should not be in line with these guys. They should be sprinting down court, but they're not. If they were to sprint down court and he was to attack the basket as we see right here, these would have been an easy, simple kick out pass. He's drawn 4 defenders. If he was to get blocked, it would be 100% the fault of these guys because he would have had no options to kick the ball out too. But in reality, he was able to score because he was able to pick that ball up early, and that's exactly what you need to do. Roughly when you hit that 15-foot mark, sometimes even earlier, if you can pick up the ball somewhere in this area to when you are attacking the basket and you take 2 big steps, you are going to score much easier on multiple defenders. Now, Rob Dillingham does a fantastic defensive play right here. He's in the passing lane. Even though he doesn't get a full hand on it, he still disrupts the pass. Getting tipped passes lead to more steals for your team. These are very important. I remember in an interview, Raptors count those as actual stats internally. But watch how he's able to run the floor because this is actually very important. Notice how he had his hand up while he was cutting to the rim. They missed him. He didn't get mad. He still continued to cut to the rim, but now watch where he goes from here because he knows that this man is going to be attacking the basket. This is another reason why I hate Gobert. He just gets in the way. He needs to be getting cleared out to this side. He needs to go wider. Ball going up middle. These guys should not be here. Rob Dillingham's fine. He was attacking the basket early, but now watch what he does. Obviously, he has his hands up. He's a little bit pissed, but so would I be. And the fact that he clears out is exactly what you want to see. He doesn't just sit his butt down there and say, "You didn't pass me the ball, WTF." What he did was, WTF, I'm going to get out of your way because now you're drawing multiple defenders. You can still kick it out to me for a 3. And that, while that's not something that happened, dude got fouled and he's complaining about it. This guy is saying it was all ball. But in reality, if Rob Dillingham didn't clear out, there would have been even more issues. But this is how you run the floor. This is exactly what you need to do to be better. Now, watch what happens in this screen. This is just a quick tip. I've mentioned this many times before. But what looks to be Luka Garza or somebody setting that screen, drop defender is way too low. You go this low if the screen's up here. When the screen's being set down here at the 3-point line, he is a very big 3-point threat. What are you doing in drop coverage? This is why there's so many more threes being taken. Dumb coaches or maybe just dumb defensive strategies are sticking guys in drop. You can't do that anymore. There's too many good shooters. And because Jordan Clarkson went underneath that screen, it opens up a massive amount of open area for Rob Dillingham to shoot, and of course he's going to drain that shot. Now, these are great tips for you to be able to incorporate into your game. I hope that these tips do help you. If they do, hit that like button and subscribe, and make sure to go check out the Vertical Jump Training book down in the description below. I'll see you guys again in my next video.